What up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of What's in the Box Track. So close. That was a winnable game. I said the Lakers needed the next five, or at least should win. Not should win like they're playing teams that are bottom of the barrel. The Knicks and the Raptors are good teams, definitely good Eastern Conference teams. But I really wanted them to get to 500 last night. Now they got to do it in a couple more games. I do feel like the Lakers will win. I'm going to put this out there. I've never done this before. The Lakers will win the next 3 games. Ooh, that Dallas game sounds tough, don't it? But anyway, let's talk about this one. Let's talk about the Knicks versus the Lakers. So, look, like I said, this was a winnable game, but you got to give big props to Barrett down the stretch, Randall, throughout the game. They both shot at a pretty fair amount of volume, but played really well. Barrett, getting to his left, getting straight to the basket. The Lakers played some pretty good defense in stretches here, but in the end, they really needed more scoring, and the shooting is really what killed the Lakers last night, as well as transition defense, which has been a problem since the very beginning and persists to be a problem now. Now, look, the Lakers should put up 89 shots, and the Knicks put up 88. That's a pretty low pace. The Lakers are becoming a better half-court team with this set, so I get it, but as far as attempts, I like that there. 43 makes by the Lakers, 42 by the Knicks, 47% from three. 47% for the field for the Knicks, 48. Both teams were at about 48%. Let me stop mumbling about it at the end of the day. The Knicks put up 37 three-pointers. The Lakers put up 36. I thought the Lakers' third quarter comeback came when the Knicks just started randomly shooting three-pointers in spite of the fact that they could get to the basket. Those three-pointers started to fall a little bit in the fourth, which made the difference. But still, 30% for the Knicks, 33%, which is about the Lakers' average overall. That average has not changed since the new players have gotten there. I know we want to believe that, but we have not. And Lakers kind of pushed it a little bit from the three-point line, 36 threes. Now, granted, D'Angelo Russell was hot. Law of averages said a couple of those wouldn't fall eventually. But if he continues to play like this, it's going to be really difficult for any team facing them when LeBron gets back, which is in a couple weeks still. But, this is just kind of a thought. What really is discouraging to watch here, though, is the Lakers were 58% from the free throw line. Now, they only put up 17 free throws. That's indicative of not getting to the basket, which we'll talk about in just a moment. But the reality here is that the 7 missed free throws in a 4-point margin. I mean, I feel like they should have been about 15 and 17 now. To be fair, that would make the score a little different. The game might have been played a little different, but the reality is that's only part of the scoring that the Lakers missed. You also got to look at Beasley and Brown combined for 4 for 16. Beasley was blanked. Brown was blanked. He was 0 for 8. It wasn't 4 for 16. It was 4 for 20. Brown was 0 for 8. Beasley 4 for 12. Poor shooting can't also be backed by poor defense. And there was some pretty poor defense. I would kind of like to see maybe a Rui Walker combo if we're gonna go for giving up defense for offense. Rui's consistently played well. He might need a little bit more of those minutes if we're gonna put it out there. Even though defensively Brown is better than all 4 players named, Beasley just kind of wasn't playing defense at all, and it gets a little discouraging to watch with regards to that. I'm sure Beasley will get it together. I'm not completely against him or going to shade him out like a lot of people like to do with other players, but I'd rather see a little bit more when it comes down to it. The Lakers were also out-rebounded, man. +9 on the boards, plus 2 of those were offensive rebounds. It didn't super kill them in second chance points. The Knicks put up 14 second chance points. The Lakers put up 11. But 14 second chance points is still a lot when it comes down to it in a close game. When you get down to the turnovers, 11 turnovers each team. The Lakers did pretty well there. They only gave up 9 points off of turnovers while taking 17 from the Knicks. And last but not least, points in the paint. Points in the paint here. The Lakers have lost this points in the paint battle the last 2 games. They should be better here. And a lot of it is where AD is catching the ball. They've fallen in a little bit of too much love. I mean, 36 out of 89 shots from the three-point line. I suppose if they go in, we're singing a different tune, right? But the reality is they've fallen a little bit too much in love with the three-pointer when they can get to the basket. And here's the thing. I always talk about relegating a player to being a three-point shooter. That is one thing that I argue about quite a bit, that if you want to see a player shoot poorly, make them only shoot threes. But I watched Hachimura, at least, pass up a three to get a better shot. Brown can do the same thing, and so can Beasley. It doesn't always have to be a three-pointer. If you can get a better shot, get a better shot. Rui is eating off of a better shot pretty much every time he's on the court. So it might be best to step in, take that 15, maybe 14-footer. There was a play at the end of the game looking at D'Lo. Can't blame D'Lo for this game at all. They're not all going to go in. But the Lakers kind of didn't need a three, and a three was shot. Look, if it goes in, we're talking differently. But the three-pointer is a low percentage shot in comparison, especially for a shooter like D'Angelo Russell. Maybe step in on occasion. Do what we see other players do. Austin Reeves passes up the three quite a bit. It's not a bad thing to pass up a three-pointer. Now, let's get into it here. The Lakers need to win the next 3 games. I'm going to go out on a limb and say they will. They will win. They know how bad they need it. They will win the next 3 games. The Lakers have 3 more losses, in my opinion, in them. Anything more than 3 more losses, and they cannot get 6th place. They got to go 12-3 over this last 15 games. Right? That's still making my mark. Now, I know other teams are winning, but I feel like these teams might range closer to 500. If the Lakers can push 12-3, then you say, man, Trek, 12-3 is a lot, but it's not though. 3-1, 3-1, 3-1, you're 12-3. So it's just that those last 4 games of the season get brutal. You have to beat Utah in those last 4 games. You have to. But they do get a little brutal because you got to face Phoenix twice, and Phoenix is going to want to get Durant back in the groove. These are going to be dogfights, and I don't really want to see the Lakers in a major dogfight the last couple games of the season. I'd rather than be where they are. That's going to require other teams to lose, which you'd never want to see. And looking at the conference right now, this is just the reality. Teams are not losing. They're battling each other. All these teams are close, even going, starting from second down. Like, these teams are pretty close. Even the Nuggets can't mess around too much. They could fall. It would take a lot, but they could still technically fall if they mess around a little too much. So they got to be careful. They got to win these next couple of games. Remember, they are right on the verge of the tiebreaker with Dallas or New Orleans. So you want to make sure that you at least tie that series with both of them, 2-2. So your conference record and your division record come into play. Both teams right now have better conference records than the Lakers, and I'm imagining better division records because the Lakers are not doing great in their division. But you gotta make it. Like, you have to actually make this a battle, as opposed to giving them a chance by just giving them the tiebreaker. So this is where we are, y'all. This is What's in the Box Trek. Look, I appreciate y'all checking me out. If you want to check out more from me, just in general, about anything, you can check me out at Trek Life on Instagram. Please make sure you follow me on YouTube, Trek Life Music, and Facebook, Trek Life Music. I'll holler at y'all next time. We out of here like last year. Peace.